The bad thing about people enter crypto, and more specifically when they enter the liquidity pools that we talk about, we teach, the thing they don't have is patience or time. And initially, when people get into crypto, obviously they get into Bitcoin for the better gains in the stock market. Then they go into Ethereum. I call it the flywheel of doom. Then they go into Ethereum. Then they go into a meme coin. Then they go into, more riskier coins each time, and they round trip and end up getting back into Bitcoin because they don't have the patience after getting into Bitcoin in seeing it play out over the long term. And it's the same thing with DeFi. It's time to get rich. So what people will do is they'll take, say, 10K, because we spoke about many times that you can probably get 10% in a pool. But what they'll do is they'll get that 10K, whatever it is, could be Ethereum, could be whatever, put it in a pool, test it out with a lower amount, or just test it straight away with that 10K. And they will be like, oh, well, I'm only getting 1% a month. I'm only getting 2% a month. So instead of getting, if you have 10K dollars, instead of getting 1K back a month, I'm only getting 350, let's say. Because they've worked out, when they put it in, the returns in, let's say, a week. And then they get angry because the APRs that they've looked at don't work, and then they leave. Then it's on to the next money-making scheme. And again, just like it was in crypto, your coin's not going up fast enough. I'm going to go into a new one. And that is the issue with a lot of people. And you've got to think of it long term, right? 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. Because the way we have gone down this road now in crypto, with liquidity pools, with earning monthly income, is having the patience to understand that the way we get paid by using them is based on volume. Not price going up or down, volume. So to cover the price going up or down, obviously the idea, in theory, is to accumulate the assets that you feel are going to go up in the long term. That's why I'm focused on, for example, Ethereum based pools. You may not agree with that, that's fine. And then the second thing is understanding that the fees that I get over a month could vary month to month, because there could be more volume in one month than there is another month. Personally, I'm not bothered if Ethereum is 3K one month or 2K the next. The idea is, for me personally, to accumulate as much as possible. And you can go down an extra avenue, which the guys we've been speaking at quite a bit at the moment, is you can lock up some assets, say for example your BTC, get out a loan in Ethereum, and then use that Ethereum in the liquidity pools to then generate more. And then it's a flywheel of more fees, more Bitcoin, get more Ethereum, and it just goes on and on and on and on. You build up that little nest egg in the corner of your BTC, and you're putting it to work rather than it doing nothing. It's just like having a property. It's like buying a lot of properties and doing nothing with them, not renting them out, etc. But this process that we speak about, in my opinion, let's be honest, is better, I think, because you can test it at a lower scale and scale up, rather than buying a shit coin. Rather than looking at all these coins that I was spoken about in the live stream the other day, from the, not in the last bull, well, not in the 2025 bull run, the 2021 bull run, Alluvium, VRA, Swissborg, can forget Celsius now. Quite a lot of gaming coins, Fetch.ai, remember that one? All these coins that have come and gone, and people double down. I was going to say double dipping. People doubling down on buying more of these coins because the assumption is, well, it's down 99.98%, so it must go up. Whereas, where's the money gone? in 2025. We know it hasn't gone towards these coins. Let's be honest. It's gone towards the BTCs, the Ethereums, the Solanas, or XRPs. So, in theory, there is your evidence. You know, XRP getting an all-time high again. Solana getting all-time high again. BTC all-time high again. Ethereum all-time high again. I could go on and on and on. The data is there to show you what is getting the all-time highs and what you can work with going forward if you're looking at potentially trying liquidity pools and earning more of those coins. Because if you're still on this other side where it's the VRAs, the EGLDs, you know, that are just going down and down and down every single week, every single day, far from what they used to be back in the heyday. None of them have got all-time highs this time. They're still at 2021 all-time highs, still going down despite the tech or whatever roadmap they've got. The data behind it is showing they're not doing anything. Everything's going down, and there is no, let's be honest with you, way back for a lot of them. They're dying. They're gone. So, it's March tomorrow at time of recording. That's nearly, well, it is 2 months gone. So there's 10 months left now, and I've been talking about changing your fortunes if they did not go your way in 2025. If you had Illuvium, VRA, EGLD, I know your 2025 was awful in crypto. So if it was, why not change strategy? Look what else you can do. Look at your existing assets and use them in 2026 and lock in for this year. Because 2 months is gone. Already, 2 months has just disappeared out of nowhere. And we're heading into March. And some people, again, sitting on the sidelines maybe, or just letting the crypto diminish, the gains to diminish into the bottomless pit of doubling down on just nothing. That is the harsh reality, you know? And again, like I go through in the live streams, the next one should be Monday. I explain basically how you can start your own liquidity pool, how you can start seeing how those gains come through. But there's a lot of caveats within there. That's why I have the free DeFi guide. And that is why, obviously, we have guys in our group, because there's a lot of little things that people don't understand that they rush into and then leave because they don't understand what they're getting into. And that is the biggest thing in this space, is education and knowing what you are doing. You know, I can't tell you everything to do, but I can educate on what each particular aspect means and what to focus on when going through DeFi, yield, liquidity pools, etc. There's a lot of turning cogs, moving parts within that. But once you learn those, once you understand those, it becomes 10 times easier. So time to get rich. 2026, that's where we're at. That's what everyone is trying to do. But you ain't going to get rich buying all these coins that are going to oblivion. It ain't happening. If you're in crypto, 2025, like I said, has gone. The data is there about which coins hit their all-time high again. So what more evidence do you need as to what is going to work going forward, in my opinion? Anyway, that's something today. If you like my stuff, please like, subscribe. See you all very soon.